Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room, say a single sentence, and suddenly command everyone's attention? Meanwhile, others, no matter how hard they try, get talked over, ignored, or dismissed. The secret isn't about being the loudest, the smartest, or the most experienced. It's about how you speak. Welcome to the Stoic Citadel. But before we begin, please do well to like and subscribe to our channel to keep getting updates on fresh pieces of content from us. In this video, we're diving into the techniques that will make people respect and listen to you. Some of these might make you nod in agreement, while others might challenge you, but all of them will transform the way people perceive you. Ready to level up? Let's go. 1. Stop over-apologizing. Let's talk about the two words that are quietly sabotaging your presence. I'm sorry. Yes, you heard that right. Over-apologizing isn't polite. It's undermining. Every unnecessary "I'm sorry" sends the message, "Don't take me seriously. I already assume I'm wrong." Imagine walking into a room and saying, "Sorry, I'm late," even if you're only 2 minutes behind because of traffic. You've just framed yourself as the problem. Or someone bumps into you, and you instinctively say, "Oh, sorry," as if you're apologizing for existing. I used to be guilty of this until one moment changed everything. During a meeting, someone interrupted me. Instead of continuing, I blurted out, "Oh, sorry, go ahead." Why was I apologizing for their rudeness? That was my wake-up call. From that day, I stopped myself every time I felt an unnecessary apology coming. I replaced "Sorry I'm late" with "Thank you for waiting." Instead of "Sorry for bothering you," I'd say, "Do you have a moment?" The shift was immediate. People started responding to me with more respect. Respect starts with how you respect yourself. Ditch the unnecessary apologies, and you'll see a dramatic shift in how people perceive you. 2. Set boundaries, and stick to them. Let's be blunt. If you don't set boundaries, people won't respect you. Not because they're bad people, but because you've never taught them how to treat you. How many times have you said yes to something you didn't want to do just to keep the peace? How often have you let someone overstep because you didn't want to seem difficult? Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about setting the rules for how people engage with you. No boundaries, no rules. And when there are no rules, people will play however they want, usually at your expense. Here's the reality. When you start enforcing boundaries, people will get upset. They've gotten used to you bending over backward. I once told a friend I couldn't help them move because I had other commitments. Their response, "Wow, I thought I could count on you." For a second, I felt guilty. But then I realized, this isn't about me being a bad friend. It's about them not respecting my time. I held my ground, and guess what? They found someone else to help, and we remained friends. The hardest part about boundaries isn't setting them, it's sticking to them. If you cave, you teach people that your boundaries are negotiable. So practice saying no to small things first. The more you do it, the stronger your confidence grows. The people who respect your boundaries are the ones worth keeping. The ones who don't, you're better off without them. 3. Master the art of pausing. Feel that little tension when the silence stretches? That's power. Most people are uncomfortable with silence. They rush to fill the gaps, talk too fast, and end up sounding unsure. But here's the counterintuitive truth. Pauses command attention. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Fast talkers are seen as confident, quick thinkers. But when you talk too fast, your words become background noise. People hear you, but they don't listen. A well-placed pause makes people lean in. It builds anticipation. It makes your words land with impact. Think of a song without pauses. just a relentless stream of beats. Overwhelming, right? A pause gives rhythm. A pause creates presence. I used to be terrible at this. I'd rush through my points, afraid that silence would make me look unsure. Then one day, my manager told me, "Your ideas are great, but you don't give people time to process them." That stung, but it changed everything. The next time you speak, try this. Make your point. Pause. Let the silence do some of the work. You'll be amazed at how much more powerful you sound. 4. Use humor wisely, without becoming a clown. Humor is like seasoning. Used well, it enhances everything. Overdo it, and it ruins the dish. And nothing makes people lose respect for you faster than crossing from charming to clownish. Humor breaks tension, builds rapport, and even makes you seem more intelligent. But here's where most people go wrong. They use humor as a crutch. If you're constantly making yourself the punchline, people will start to believe you. I used to do this. I'd make self-deprecating jokes seem more relatable. But then my boss told me, "You're too good at what you do to downplay yourself." That hit hard. There's a fine line between laughing with people and giving them permission to laugh at you. Use humor with intention. If it lifts the moment or strengthens a connection, great. But if it's just masking insecurity, dial it back. Used thoughtfully, humor is a sign of intelligence and confidence. But when it becomes a crutch, it's a sign of insecurity. I know because I've been there. There was a time in my life when I used humor to avoid difficult conversations. If someone gave me critical feedback, I'd crack a joke to deflect. If I felt uncomfortable in a serious discussion, I'd turn it into a laugh fest. And you know what happened? People stopped taking me seriously. I had to learn that respect doesn't come from being the funniest person in the room. It comes from knowing when to be serious and when to be light-hearted. The trick is finding that sweet spot. Humor should add to the conversation, not take away from it. It should make people feel connected, not distracted. Most importantly, it should reflect your confidence, not your insecurity. A well-timed joke can show that you're sharp and in control, but a constant barrage of jokes can make you look like you're trying too hard. And let's not forget, humor can be risky. Sarcasm, for example, can either make you look witty or make you look like a jerk. It all depends on how it lands. Dark humor? Same deal. Know your audience, and for the love of all things good, read the room. There's nothing more cringeworthy than a joke that bombs because it was tone-deaf. At its core, humor is a form of communication. And like any other form of communication, it's a reflection of who you are. Are you using it to build people up or tear them down? To mask your insecurities or to show your confidence? Because here's the truth. Respect isn't about how many people laugh at your jokes. It's about how your humor makes them feel. So the next time you're about to crack a joke, ask yourself, what's my intent? Am I using humor to connect? Or am I hiding behind it? Because when you strike that balance, when you use humor with purpose and confidence, you're not just funny. You're unforgettable. And hey, if all else fails, just remember, dad jokes are always a crowd pleaser. Unless they're terrible. In which case, maybe rethink your strategy. If you are enjoying this piece of content, please like and subscribe to this channel and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. At the end of the day, respect isn't about following a list of tricks or hacks. It's about how you show up for yourself and others every single day. It's about owning your words, your space, and your impact. Words are powerful. They can build bridges or burn them. They can make people feel seen, or they can make them feel small. And the way you speak doesn't just shape how others see you, it shapes how you see yourself. So whether it's ditching unnecessary apologies, setting boundaries, or mastering the art of pausing, remember this. respect starts with you. And hey, if any of this hit close to home, or if you're just here for the banter, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let me know in the comments. Which one of these points are you going to try out first? Or better yet, what's your own secret to commanding respect in conversations? I want to hear from you. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the party. We're all about real talk, life hacks, and maybe the occasional bad joke. In conclusion, speaking with respect isn't about volume. It's not about having the best vocabulary or the most experience. It's about presence. It's about how you carry yourself and the signals you send through your words, pauses, and boundaries. Drop unnecessary apologies. Speak like you believe in yourself, and others will too. Set boundaries. Teach people how to treat you. Pause. Let your words carry weight. Use humor wisely. Stay in control of your narrative. Respect starts with how you respect yourself. Change how you speak, and you'll change how people listen. Ready to step into your power? Until next time, keep showing up, keep speaking your truth, and most importantly, keep being unapologetically you. Unless you're gossiping, then stop that. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.